Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Federica, and in this channel I talk about all things single mom, co-parenting, how I juggle all of this in my London life. Oh my god, it has been a week. I know all parents can feel me. Obviously it's half term, we're just halfway through, not even. It's been rough, not only because of my girl not being at school, but of course, you know how when things happen, they happen all at once. And yeah, I feel like from the beginning of the week, I was already feeling like it was the end of the week. Just to recap a little bit, I have a 4-year-old. I have been divorced since, well, only November really, but separated from my girl's dad for a few years now. And yeah, just juggling life as a single mother, which is fun, but also comes with its challenges, I guess. All began last Friday, a very, very, very long time ago, where it was obviously last day of school, nursery. And our school does this amazing thing where they don't keep kids in till the typical hour or time, 3:30, but they just have them until 1:30. So then I picked up my daughter from school by car, and we went straight out in Wiltshire. We had this little weekend away planned, just the two of us, in this lovely town called Bradford-on-Avon, just not too far away from Bath. Organised to go there to go visit a few friends. I have a group of friends who lives in Bristol, and then we were meant to go see my daughter's ex-best friends. They're two twins who she met in her very first nursery, who live in Chippenham, which is 20 minutes away from Bradford-on-Avon. So it all started like amazingly. Got the car, we put some Aqua at the moment. Barbie Girl is a real hit. We love it so much. My daughter is obsessed with it, and I'm like, of course it reminds me of my childhood, so there's nothing better than Aqua for me if I think about my childhood. Maybe Spice Girls, I'm not too sure. But yeah, and I was a bit concerned because obviously 3 hours probably plus driving with her, and we don't really drive often. She's fine in the car, but it's mostly like, it's a long time, right? Everything can happen. I don't know if she'll freak out, if she'll be good, and so on. It went great. She fell asleep. Nobody took like over an hour just only to get out of London. But then she quickly fell asleep. I was just stressing out because my phone was about to die and I didn't have any like portable chargers. I was stressing out because the battery was almost dying, but she was sleeping. So I didn't really want to stop somewhere and having to wake her up. You never want to wake up a sleeping child. But phone was dying. I needed to solve the situation. Anyway, so we stopped at the service spot. She was amazing, just like listening and tottering around like a lovely girl. You like cigar? What? I had to get one of those cigar chargers where I can plug in the actual cigar things. If you're a millennial, you will understand. If not, maybe not. Anyways, got that, and I was like, okay, let's get back in the car. Hopefully it'll be fine. Done it. She was great. We got to Bradford, got into a little cottage. It was lovely. She was just so excited. She was like, can we please move here? Never go back home, It was great. The weekend was great. We saw our friends. We went to this wave surfing spot. The next day, we went to meet the other people at their house, for a quick lunch. And then we left. The travel back, I was like, the way in was good, but I'm a parent. I'm not getting fooled. I'm not. In fact, I was very right. It was absolutely dreadful. She was just screaming behind, and I was like, if you scream, mommy's gonna have an accident. It was just really tough. Thank God traffic was on my side. We left really early just to try and prevent that. And thank goodness that did work for that instance. So yeah, she was a little bit of a devil. I'm not going to lie, but at least we managed to get through. Traffic wasn't too bad. So things worked out, thank goodness. Okay, so just coming from this weekend just alone with her, obviously, you know, driving for a long time, zero time to rest because I'm 24/7 with my daughter. Don't get me wrong, bonding action has happened, I enjoyed it, but Monday arrives and I had to go to work and I felt like a zero rested. Like, well, when did the resting happen? Never. So like me and her dad, it was like we are gonna send for half term. School does holiday club, she's gonna go there. I booked super late because time is flying, I'm not organized, whatever, and it says that Monday it's fully booked, and I'm like excuse me, how is it fully booked on Monday? Like, I did not plan for the club to be fully booked, and I'm teaching and I'm you know, working, and so I'm like, in the morning, we already pre-arranged to take the girls to swim, like a crash course where they go in every day of the week and just learn to swim, hopefully. But thankfully, the dad came through. He's like, you know what, I can actually, you know, help out. And it's your daughter, so thank you. I mean, not thank you, but, you know. So anyways, everything was fine. I managed to teach. Well, we went swimming, which was absolutely fantastic in this amazing, gorgeous home. It was just like chaos. So what ended up happening is I did still have the car. So from swimming, I brought her to her dad because he would look after her. Then I biked back to work, taught, and then I needed to go to pick her up again. So what did I do? I biked back. Her dad was like, please make sure you're there at 1:45. I was perfectly on time. Of course, the bikes, because I was gonna go with the bike, the electric bikes, it did not work, or the payment wasn't working, it wouldn't load, and I was like, oh my god, and the time was passing, and I was absolutely super on time. I ended up making it, but only just. Stress levels were over the roof. I forgot to say the main thing. In the meantime, my boss voice notes me telling me, and there's a little bit of a pre-fact here. A few weeks ago, she came to me saying, look, a little bit of feedback for you. You haven't been the most on it, the most organized, detail-oriented. I need you to be more on it. I felt pretty shit. I was like, fuck, I'm not doing great at my work at all. She has a point and everything. Anyway, so I was already stressed, zero rest from the weekend, juggling my daughter back and forth, like go to work, but then the bike not working when so the pre-fact was that weeks back she gave me this feedback, whether on Monday, that same day, she said, you know, I had the same feedback from someone else within the business, and I was like, okay, it refers to same things from the past. So I was a little bit like, I don't see why it was necessary to tell me again. I feel like I was just stressed, you know, with all that I had going on. I was like, another thing on the neck, just to let's push a bit more. So then I was like, yeah, not great, not feeling really great about myself, about everything, and feeling quite stressed. All of this to say that, yeah, it has been a very stressful beginning of our half-term week. The next day at swimming, I had a little bit of a vent with my mum friend, telling it about work, and she's like, excuse me, but actually you're not shit at your work. You're always available. You always have your phone in hand. You know, you work more than your contracted hours, or, you know, when I leave the studio, it's not like my job ends the moment I walk out that door. It keeps going. I receive all these messages and they're pretty much urgent, time sensitive. So, and I love it. I'm, you know, super grateful for the opportunity that has been given to me, and I enjoy it. But it is on the run. It's like a little bit all over the place. And yes, I am not the most detail-oriented person. But anyway, she made me think that, yes, for sure I have things to improve, but that I actually do a great work. And that gave me motivation to speak to my boss. I had a whole chat. It went really, really well. I had a little bit of the positive feedback that I feel like I really needed as well. She mentioned herself that, yeah, she only comes through with the negatives, whether there's lots of positives. Oh my god, that was a huge relief off my shoulders, just because at some point I'm very much the kind of personality who doesn't really it's not like I don't have a critical side, but I kind of take what things say as a matter of fact. Whether then I'm like, no, I actually did a great job. I'm pretty good at what I do. Yes, I'm not super attentive. But anyways, once again, conversation went really well. So guys, really fight for what you believe in, or speak to your friends and let them tell you what you should believe in, I guess. And yeah, so that was an achievement. But overall, just a very full on a week. This is part one of my initial half term week. I will make part two, so make sure you subscribe, like this channel, like this video, comment if you need to, and we'll be back very soon with part two. Thank you, everyone.